I work with a lot of lawyers around the country, and many of them, admittedly, are not very good at business. They're good at practicing law. So when it comes to partner buy-ins, partner buyouts, the even notion of selling a law firm, they don't know where to begin. They don't know what their options are. So maybe you could help explain what options lawyers have when considering selling their law practices.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ari. And really, there are three options that we see when it comes to lawyers that are considering how can they sell their business. Those three options, and I'll call up an infographic, just so that we can, see it visually as well. The options are sell to a growing law firm, which by and large is not the knee jerk of most attorneys that we work with, structure an internal plan, or just maintain your status quo. We recommend join a growing law firm for the reasons really, Ari, that you already started bringing up, which is that lawyers tend to go to law school similar to me, right? You're a history major, poli-sci major, sociology major. You go into practicing law because it's a tremendous profession and not necessarily a business. So when lawyers are thinking of selling their practices, we recommend you should be looking for those growing firms that do look at their practices as a business. They're hungry to grow as compared to, let's say, an internal successor. And that is the knee-jerk, Ari, right? Most lawyers that come to us, they say, okay, well, now I'm 65, I'm 72, I'm 75, I've got this great partner that's been with me, but really partner in name only, doesn't have equity in the firm, knows my clients, practices law really well. That person should just really want to take over my practice. And we call that the potential option because those senior attorneys, and that's the name we put on attorneys, Ari, that have practiced more than 30 years that are running these practices by and large. We're talking about smaller practices at this point, 5 to 10 lawyers, but maybe up to 20 lawyers. The senior attorneys that are running those kinds of practices, they hired these people at one point. They were their key employees for all these years. And when the senior attorney turns to them and says, do you want to buy my practice now? They really often are looking back across the table and saying, wait a second, I'm so much more comfortable as a key employee. I'm not the one that's brought in the business. I'm not the one that personally guarantees the lease or is the signatory on the credit line here. And that really is not something I'm comfortable with doing. So that's what we call that the potential option. That is that internal succession plan. And then the third option is one that too many lawyers are doing right now, Ari. And these are things that we're going to be talking about how 2020 in particular has changed the marketplace so much. And that's maintain the status quo. Just figure, hey, look, if today's like yesterday and tomorrow is going to be like today, then why make change? So that even though that's, people say, well, what are my options? An option, of course, is, hey, just stay in the status quo. We see that as really risky.